doing the coffee talk thing. Rise and shine, my friends. What a morning it is. It is gusty. It is blustery. This is an interesting little weather forecast that we've got right now. Let's take a live look at the winds as they stand. These are the sustained winds. We're sitting at 12 miles an hour in Orlando, 20 miles an hour sustained in Daytona Beach, 23 in New Smyrna Beach. And the gusts in just the last, these are just gusts in the last hour. These are gusts up to 31 miles an hour in just the last hour. And what is so interesting is if you were to look at the entirety of the day, those gusts are even higher than that. We've seen gusts to nearly tropical storm force. Here's a look at the peak gusts today, okay? To give you an idea, Daytona Beach, you gusted earlier to 37 miles an hour. We gusted to 32 in Palm Coast, 32 miles an hour in Orlando. So it's been blustery, is just the best way that I can put it. Now, here's the difficult thing. My job as a meteorologist, of course, is to communicate. Okay. So 40s in Ocala, 50s in Orlando, 60s in Brevard County, right? Then we look at the feels like temperatures. Why is it that there's no difference in the feels like temperature in Orlando versus Melbourne? Feels like versus temperature? Because the wind chill only starts calculating below 50 degrees. So even though we've got such a gust, it doesn't change the feels like temperature for the metro off to the east. Now for Ocala, you're what, 43-ish right now, and it feels like 37 because of the gusts, because you're cold enough. So that's kind of one of those things that's difficult to describe. But that said, we are watching a change. It's cold, it's gusty this morning. Through the day, though, we will keep the temperatures leveled, but over the next couple of days, we'll watch those temperatures warming up little bit by little bit by little bit. Deborah says, feels like winter. Oh, yeah. It absolutely feels like winter. Next couple of days, though, the temperature, look at this rebound, 64 today, 72 after a chilly start tomorrow, 72 tomorrow afternoon, 75 degrees, our Wednesday temperature. Matt says, I bet you have the wind chill formula on a graphic like you do the heat index. I actually don't, because I feel like people don't challenge the wind chill like they challenge the heat. Like for some reason, heat index is like this thing that people are disgusted with. Now, that said, we do have those wind advisories that are in effect until 9 o'clock this morning. We have that gale warning. Actually, the gale warning just expired, and the high surf advisories continue. So we still have the wind advisories for a little bit. I mean, it is a kind of a rough day, frankly. So here's the 12-hour forecast for the day ahead, and you'll notice the temperatures, they're just not moving much. Mid 60s lunchtime through the afternoon. We're going to keep that mostly cloudy sky. Now, that said, Tim Johnson always helps to put things into perspective. Tim says 5 degrees in Ohio today, almost 50 forecast for later this week. What are you going to do with 50 degrees, my friend? What are you going to do? For us in Central Florida, we've got a high of about 64 today, but notice we'll be to nearly 80 degrees by later this week, and we'll actually hit 80 degrees by this weekend. Yeah. Beverly says, too bad we can't average this with August. I know, just sit. Just sit nicely. Heck, I can't even get the children to do that. Ay vey. What are you going to do? Oh, well. So, anyway, we've got this chilly pattern. We are going to make adjustments. It's going to look better and better into this weekend if you like that. Now, Thursday is an interesting little deal. So, notice, if you will, 72 on Tuesday, 75 on Wednesday, 79 Thursday, Friday. You see there's a couple sprinkles in there. And then Saturday goes to 78, comes down a tick. Look at the morning low. Friday, 62, comes down a tick to 58, right? So we do make those adjustments. But there's kind of an interesting, so the question is, will there be an actual cold front that moves our direction? So here we are. We've got this nice chilly air mass over top of us for now. Watch that area of high pressure over South Carolina and Georgia. It's going to start to scoot off to the east. And as it does, it gives us more of an onshore return flow. That's going to help to warm us up for tomorrow afternoon, and then for Wednesday afternoon and into Thursday afternoon. But while we're warming, we're starting to watch this next front. Now, what that front does in terms of temperatures, we'll still have to kind of dial that in. But there's definitely, at least on the horizon, the surface map is showing a bit of a change. So we're going to keep that at least mentioned on the 7-day forecast. But I also want to note that while we do start to see that like subtle drop off on Saturday, that's not a major cold front. And as a matter of fact, the raw model data, and you know I love showing all this stuff, but the raw model data here, look at the forecast for the American GFS model. It shows a little drop off on Saturday, December 20th, then it starts going up. And it just stays that way right through Christmas. All right, that's the American GFS. Here's the European model. Again, raw model, and this is one run of it. You can see there's a little bit of an adjustment down, but basically the idea is we are trending warmer looking ahead to Christmas week, and then maybe coming down a little bit into New Year's week. So, in just putting it side by side into perspective, and I did this just for I did this for TV. The other one I'm not really showing on TV, but this one I'll do for TV. Put the little ornament there for Christmas. Thank you. It's adorable, isn't it? But yeah, there you go. You see, Christmas week is looking warm on the American GFS model and on the European model. So yeah, there you go. Good times. By the way, we talked about this Thanksgiving week, didn't we? When we looked at the BSR, didn't we discuss Christmas week trending warm? Didn't we say that? Yukon, did you hand draw the ornament or did you copy and paste? Well, I've got a library of holiday icons. You think that I set up my television stations for nothing? Hold on. Let me show you. Add icon holiday. Now, the weather computer has its own icons, but it's been the same ones for like 25 years. So we've developed our own. So we've got, listen, so for Hanukkah, we've got the dreidel, right? The Christmas ornament. Here, I'll make it bigger. That way it's very in your face. We've got the Christmas ornament. What else do we have? We've got you'll see all of these things. College football. Yeah, buddy. We've got basketball. We've got daylight saving time. You've seen all of these before. We've been using these for years, right? For some of our northern stations, when there's like a big hunting day, I was surprised when we did that, but we did. I've never used that on Wesh. The present. Yeah, all kinds of fun stuff. See, I didn't even think to use the sleigh. I could use the sleigh. But anyway, you get. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you get the idea. We've got a library we put together of custom graphics there. Rocket launch icons. No rocket launch icon. The problem is it used to be that there was fewer launches, and so with today, like there's so many launches. Maybe we'll do like an Artemis icon when Artemis launches, but there's just too many. There's too many rocket launches to put an icon every time there's a rocket that's going to go up. Yukon says, on a side note, that suit is sharp. How many did you get? If I had somewhere to go, I'd want a suit like that. Thanks, buddy. Indochino, I got 4 of them. Yeah, so this is one of the 4 new ones. Yep, Indochino. I feel like most of the male anchors at Wesh wear Indochino. Jason, is that an Indochino?
This one's not, but I have. Yeah. But Eric, yours came so fast. Like, it feels like it's 6 or 8 weeks every time.
Yeah, no, this was like 3 weeks. Yeah, they said they got it quicker. This is nice.
Okay.
I love the new suits I got. Yeah. So Jason's not wearing an Indochino now, but he said most of his are Indochino. I paid full price, so this is not a sponsorship.
No.
By the way.
No, we don't. They keep raising the prices. Yeah, I've got some orders, but I've got to get the measurements. We're going to do that while we're moving.
Yeah. I went and got remeasured. I flew down to Palm Beach like 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, whatever. Yeah. Let's see. Launches should be behind the clouds in the main icon. Yeah. I get you. Let's see here. And the launches seem to be delayed to another day. No, not. I mean, they do pretty good. Some of them are delayed, but not all of them. Don's asking the lining. Look at you guys asking for the liner. So funny. All right, so this one, this is there's tigers. It's I try to go for super ugly, so it's like this paisley thing, and then there's tigers. So yeah, so that's that's this one. You see the tigers? So funny. Anyway, you guys want to see the lining? Oh boy. So you're saying no snow flurries in Florida for Christmas? That's exactly what I'm saying. No snow flurries for Christmas. Jeannie Rowan says, "Oh, the floral tigers love it. Isn't that fun?" Let me pull up the rundown and just see. I want to make sure I don't miss TV hit here. All right, there's a winter weather package and then a 3-shot at the desk. Very good. Do you add the lining or is it in the suit? No, it's in the suit. When you order a suit, you pick the lining, and so yeah. Matt says wind chill formula. Get the graphic ready. There, jeez, Louise, so funny. There it is. Yep, I'll have to put a graphic together for that. We'll get there. Look at the mob by Nicole. Thank you, Nancy. I appreciate you. So there you go. I like the insight. Thank you, Annie. I appreciate you. Apparently, Long Island got about 7 inches of snow yesterday. It had better melt fast, right? Did you tell them that at the shop? Give them something super ugly? No, I told them I want to pick ugly linings. They know. They listen. You don't have like floral tigers and say to yourself, "This is gorgeous." You say to yourself, "That's a funky one for the people that want the funky lining." That's what it is. How long are we expecting the gusty winds today? Steph's asking. All day. It looks like about dinner time the winds should start to calm down a little bit. So in the meantime, yeah, that's very much Lauren. Good, baby. Very good. Very Austin Powers reference. I like that. Cindy says they aren't ugly, they're unique. I agree with that. Yukon says my last suits are 10 years old. One Joseph Boo, the other free from Men's Warehouse. You got a free one from Men's Warehouse? That's cool. Thank you, Miriam. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right, let's go get ready for this TV hit here. 3-shot at the desk. I've got to go move that keyboard. It's funky, right? That's the whole point. Bruce says no wind in Oviedo. Either you haven't stepped outside yet, or you're stuck in a wrong part of the matrix. I got you. I just have to move the keyboard. You know, other people move the keyboard for me, Ernesto. Just saying. He said that's not going to be me. I love it. I was expecting that very response. Ernesto.
But Eric, I will tell you
Go.
this morning. I'm not gonna
Jason's
say
calling foul on you.
No,
What?
No, I'm not calling foul. I just
Go
there were
ahead.
moments where it calmed down because I saw your email and I was like, it's gonna be gusty, and I stepped outside. It was calm, but then I got to Wesh, 15 minutes later, and it was like got blown over walking up to the building. So it's like,
Calm. He's stuck in the wrong part of the matrix too.
okay, all right. There can be an area where it was
Can
calm.
there?
These winds don't settle down. They're gusts. They are not sustained, to use your meteorological terms.
All right, where's the
I'll turn
popcorn?
that on him.
Where's the popcorn? Let's watch what
Let's
happens.
see. Do I have a sustained? That's sustained. It's sustained at 12 in Orlando.
Yeah.
Right.
Boom,
Not in
fires back with
Orlando.
data.
I got the receipts.
I'm with you, Mr. Oviedo.
Bruce,
Hey,
Santa Bruce.
And let's take you live to the flight board out of Orlando International Airport. We did notice this morning there are 11 cancellations, 19 delays. We don't know if it's related to that weather up north. Just make sure you're checking your flight before you head out the door. Meantime, it is a cold morning for our standards. And because of that, Universal's Volcano Bay is closed today. Universal Orlando says it will keep track of the forecast and they will post updates on social media.
Okay, let's bring in first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. And Eric, it does feel a lot cooler
Yeah.
because we have those gusts of wind.
It's been something. And Jason was saying that he had moments where there was
I know.
no wind.
Well, I see your email early in the morning, and I'm about to go outside, and
Uh-huh.
then I was like, "Oh, it was calm." So I was expecting, get blown over,
Yeah.
and then got here, and then it was like that's where the wind was strong.
This all started because Bruce was like, no
Hey,
wind
Bruce,
in Oviedo.
on Coffee Talk.
It's like,
Coffee Talk started it
I don't,
all.
yeah, troublemakers. All right. Anyway, maybe there's a moment where it's not gusty by you. Maybe.
I would say probably, though, it's going to be gusty all day. Just look out at our Tower Cam network. Those waves, those ripples, they don't come from nothing, Jason. Just saying. Temperatures out the door. 44 in Ocala. It's 55 in Orlando. 64 in Melbourne. The temperatures are significantly warmer across our East Coast spots because of all of that wind coming in off of the ocean, whereas it's cooler inland, okay? Here's sustained winds, 20 miles an hour in Daytona Beach. It's 23 miles an hour in New Smyrna Beach and about 12 here in Orlando. And we've seen gusts to just below tropical storm force. 39 is tropical storm force wind gust. We've hit 37 this morning. So to put it into perspective, yeah, maybe there was a moment or two of a calm, but basically it's been windy all day. First warning, live radar. Quiet offshore, though I do suspect later on we'll bring some of this moisture in the form of coastal showers. Here's Futurecast with the wind gusts, 20, 25 miles an hour. Also notice a mostly cloudy sky over top of us, and any of these showers that do develop and move in should fade by about I-95, so they're not making it into the metro. By tonight, winds will start to calm, the skies will begin to clear, and we'll be able to drop the temperatures off to an even cooler reading. So for today, it's the low and mid 60s, average high is 74. We are well below that. Then for tonight, it's the 40s and 50s, depending on where you live. This area of high pressure starts to push in some warmer air looking ahead to tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then there's an indication on the models of a very weak front coming in Friday into Saturday. That'll drop our morning lows back into the upper 50s just a little bit. Then looking ahead to Christmas week, temperatures start to climb. We're into the upper 70s, lower 80s for daytime highs on both the American GFS model and the European model, with morning lows in the 60s. So enjoy this little taste of cooler temperatures because more than likely, we're not going to see it again for a little while. 7-day forecast showing those temperatures climbing will be to nearly 80 degrees Thursday, Friday into the weekend. Coastal 7-day forecast showing a couple of passing showers for our beachside spots through Thursday. Megan. All right. Let me catch up on y'all's comments. Let's see. You need to move fast enough while doing weather so you show the lining on the air. Yeah, we don't need to show the linings on the air. Tarian says, I like originality, and you're certainly original. We try to be a little goofy. Burned by Ernesto. Hey, that's what we do. I watched you at 6 o'clock today. I wish you would unbutton your suit. I don't like the tie peeking out the bottom. Is that a fashion thing? It's all a fashion thing. Who knows? You know, I'm not a fashionable person. That I can tell you. Bruce says Jason's the man. Oh, and then all right. So I'm catching up on comments. Everybody's laughing. Coffee talk is you didn't just derail the room, Matt. You derailed the entire newscast over there. This is Tim. Oh my goodness, this is a crazy morning. We're gonna have fun, Bruce. I have the power. Oh my gosh, catching up on your comments. Y'all are crazy. I love it. Larry Hagman. Oh yeah, Larry Hagman was looking good on Dallas, right? All right. Here we are. Okay, now I'm caught up on the comments, guys. Daniel, good morning to you. Carol, good morning. It's a blustery morning. Now that's the inland 7-day forecast. I guess nobody's asked yet, but here's your coastal 7-day forecast. And you'll notice we're throwing in a couple of these coastal showers in there as well. Daniel's asking about the weather for SeaWorld. Hold on to your hats, man. It's going to be gusty. And you can see there's those coastal showers in there these next couple of days as well. So yeah, that's where we're at. Getting warm by this weekend, making plans. You're looking good. Mickey over on YouTube says it's that time of year again. Weather whiplash, hot then cold then hot. Yeah. Are you really caught up in the comments? Debbie's asking. As best as I could. I skimmed them. If I missed one of yours, it's probably because it wasn't that funny. At least we can make you. Hey, John, listen, it's a morning newscast. If they told me I had to be super buttoned up and not able to have any fun, I don't think I would succeed. There's that. Matt says there's a crosswind. Let's go crapping. Listen, man, I did my landing into St. Pete with granted, when I got low, it came down, but at 1,000 feet, I had a 48 mile an hour crosswind. So there's that. Shooting an approach with a 48 mile an hour crosswind. Now that's fun. Tim says now we need earpieces that match the suits. Well, this one's dumpy. I need to get a better earpiece. I really do. This one's not good. We're daring Debbie to make snow angels when she goes to Long Island. I'm just glad that I'm not dealing with the snow. Debbie, you can go deal with that snow and have all that fun. Go have fun with it. You can have it. I don't think it would be a good park day, unfortunately, Annie says. I mean, as long as you're dressed look, any day's a good park day as long as you're dressed appropriately because you're having fun. You're doing some fun things. Matt says, "Now that's a good time." I mean, Matt, I'll have to send you the actual, like, I posted a little bit of it on Coffee Talk. I'll have to send you the full, like, there was like a 2-minute video. It's feisty. It's feisty. What is Alex Alisi calls it? Sporty. That's what he calls it. Carol says, I'm going to New Jersey on Thursday. Hope there's still snow on the ground. I think I've got a lot. I think Manalfi made a snow product. All right. So additional snow. This is going to be an additional snow product. I haven't looked at this. I don't know anything other than GFS additional snow. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Look at that. Look at that. GFS says you might get an additional inch of snow through Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Not a ton. I don't know if anything's going to melt, but there you go. There you go. So what's the story with the cold front that was moving through Christmas afternoon or thereafter? Is it still a go? Yukon, the models are kind of backing off on it a little bit. You know? Driving to Kansas starting on Thursday, Jamie says on YouTube. Could I get the national forecasters trying to figure out the travel? So Thursday? Here's Thursday. Is this broken? Is this one going to work? Why is this pinned down to Thanksgiving Day? It just needs to be Thursday. Hold on a second. Somebody broke this. Thursday. Okay. And it's not Thanksgiving Day. It needs to be travel forecast. Thursday. There it is. Okay. There you go. There's Thursday. So it looks like some rain through the panhandle, cold front moving through. There you go. Feels like it should be snowing here. In Florida, I mean, it's blustery, but I'm tracking this. We'll have another snow in 5 to 7 days. Interesting, Tim. Well, there's Thursday. Look at the setup for Thursday. There you go. Oh man. All right. That's basically all I've got. All right. Listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. We're going to have some more fun on the newscast on CW 18 through 10 a.m. And of course, I will see you for WESH 2 News at noon today. And then we'll do Coffee Talk again tomorrow. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.